Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Rissmiller and I'm the author of the book Pilot Prison, which I'll be reading from chapter 8 tonight. I've also got another book called I Worked for Trump, which is available at Amazon.com. I kind of waved it too fast there. I'm working off of two cameras, one for my YouTube and one live from Facebook, to be posted in a variety of groups and rooms, and of course the YouTube self-explanatory. So let me get right to it, reading from my book, Pilot Prison, Chapter 8. If you've not seen the previous chapters, you can go up and down on my page. I've posted all the way up to this point all of the previous chapters on there, as well as my other book. And I've been reading daily for the ministry, a book of Proverbs. Although I've took 2 days off. I missed a couple days, so I'll be making up for that, obviously, next month. And again, Pilot Prison, Chapter 8, for those of you who've been following along. Here we go. Officer Barber had gone into the trunk of his car and collected his special bag he packed for the ceremony and entered the bathroom at the service station down the road from the celebration. He locked himself in and unpacked the bag with his uniform, manufactured IDs, nearly identical to the ones they took from him when he was fired, his belt with pouches and equipment, cuffs, pepper spray, radio, empty panic button holster, and one more item he slipped into the thigh pocket of the army camo style brown pants and black rough terrain boots. He even still had a brown shirt with a cloth badge of the Department of Correction sewed into the left breast of the fabric. He looked like the real deal, like he did when he was still working, still drawing a paycheck from the DOC, so much so that when he exited the bathroom, one of the group of young people fueling a vehicle at the busy gas pump yelled, "One time!" The same thing nearly all inmates yelled to one another whenever a prison guard came into the area, to warn other inmates to hide their contraband items and activities. Former officer William Barber, now impersonating an officer, smiled and headed back to the carnival atmosphere of the celebration opening of the thing he hated most right now, and subconsciously tapped his thigh pocket and what rest inside. Belinda McElphin was a really good programmer, and even more, she's a dedicated employee of the Kimtech Corporation. Part of the evidence of that dedication was her presence in her cubicle today, monitoring the pilot system programs and going over things that still bothered her in the program. In her cubicle near hers, she heard a noise that distracted her from the monitors and looked over to see Ron Baker leering at her with that look. It wasn't just an undressing her with his eyes look to her anymore. It was worse. It was he undressed her with his eyes, took Viagra, had sex with her unconscious body 3 times because he had to knock her out trying to escape, smoked 2 cigarettes, had a beer, and was resting to do it over and over again and save it all for a masturbative fantasy later look. She shivered, a chill down her back at the thought. Ron Baker looked over at her, saw the vibrating moment, and took it as an invitation, and flirting as he studied her skirt, shoes, legs, and t-shirt for when he remembered her again privately later at home. So he walked over to her and invited her to head to the rest of the opening ceremony celebration. She declined, as always. He left. Belinda turned to her screens when she found something that shouldn't be there, and it just happened. Something was wrong with Pilot. And that's the end of Chapter 8 of Pilot Prison. I thank you for your time. It's a brief video. Again, one doing live for Facebook, another one over here for upload to YouTube. If you're interested in purchasing your copy of Pilot Prison online, simply go to Amazon.com and type in my first and last name. Please take the time to come visit my pages, and you should be able to find there, off my main page, you should have links to many of my groups and other pages that I have, and please like, share this video and other posts that you enjoy. Join my groups and get involved. And I appreciate your time, and a shout out to all my fans all over the world. Thank you very much. I know I'm going a little quick today, But that was one of the complaints I heard, was my other videos were too long, so I'm trying to keep it brief. And thank you again for viewing. I'm going to be logging off now because I want to complete this video to upload. And then I'm going to be coming back in a few moments, hopefully as long as the batteries hold out, to read a chapter from my book, I Worked for Trump. So thank you, everybody, and I'll see you shortly.